Alright. Should be live. So, where we last left off, you had, well, Fireball had gone off outside your new business. You had, pursued the investigation of that, found that it was a Nimblewright had, cast that Fireball using an item, tracked it down to the, Grelhund Villa, confronted them, and after spending a night in jail for your various accusations and investigations that they weren't happy with, they Lady Grelhund came to you with an offer to keep quiet in exchange for letting you go without pursuing charges of breaking and entering and a bunch of other things like that. So, from there, you then continued following the Nimblewright who had been sent off with the stone. Found it alone in an alley, befriended it, and it is now taken up residence as another non-living member of your restaurant staff. So that's going to be fun to see play out, probably in later sessions. But you then continued to the community of Mistshore, where you found the wizard to whom it had been sent, to whom the stone had been sent, and defended her from a attack by the Xanathar Guild, who she was supposed to have actually given it to, but having decided that she didn't like the idea of the Xanathar Guild having the Stone of Galore, instead sent it off to her family's mausoleum, which is where you are now heading off to. The thick mist that was prevailing through the morning melts away into a heavy rain as you travel along, and you make your way that way.
Wait, so Lady Galhun sent the Stone of Galore to her family mausoleum?
No. The Stone of Galore was sent to... let me find the name. Brynda Garloth, a powerful mage who lives in a community in the Dock Ward. She has had dealings with, presumably some dealings with the Grelhund, although it's not mentioned exactly how how Grelhund knew of her. But the stone was sent to Garloth to then hand over to the Xanathar Guild. She decided otherwise, sent it off to her, sent her rat familiar to take it to her, to Garloth's family mausoleum. You arrived, defeated the Xanathar Guild members. She decided that you are by far the better group of people to take care of this, and sent you off after it. It's about noon as you get towards there.
Fair enough.
So, anything particular you wish to do? Any detours you wish to make? Let me
no idea.
draw some shapes so that we can get some indication. Mistshore is around about there. Let me change the color of that and actually put it on the layer you can see. Sorry, I'm just mishandling my various buttons, because there's a lot of them. Yep, you'll be a good colour. That is where Mistshore is, roughly.
Yeah.
You would then be...
square around the dock.
Yeah.
you were then heading to up here at the mausoleum, one of the mausoleums. The City of the Dead is a public park scattered with mausoleums, each grander than the next. A bit of a competition among the wealthy families to have the most impressive mausoleum in the City of the Dead. There are also all manner of statues and other public park facilities. It's the largest public park in the city.
That's respectful.
Just the volume of my thingy.
So, you make your way that way, eventually, gradually. Any detours you'll want to make on the way.
Is it unlikely to move if we take too long?
Maybe. You may well be the only ones who, well, you and Garloth are probably the only ones who know that that's where the stone has been sent.
She told me.
What was that, sorry?
She told me. I was one of the few people that she told.
Yeah. So the group who was present last session were told, which would include all of you being collectively as a party together.
After I left, did we get a long rest or?
Nope.
No, it is the middle of the day.
We have not rested at all. And we thought we wouldn't rest until after we get the stone, because that is the highest value target in the city at this point.
So you will still be down whatever spell slots you used. Except for Rallis, because he's a warlock, and so he gets his spell slots back on a short rest. So
Yep.
even if he had been part of the combat, he would still be fine.
Yep.
I'm like 2 spell slots down. I barely used anything.
Well, you know what you're doing, Alexia, so take us somewhere.
I sent the DM a message, and I'm waiting for a reply for that, and then I can figure out what I'm doing.
Don't worry about it. If it comes up, I'll cover it.
If it has changed from what it is, I want to change what gold I have.
It has changed from what it is. It won't affect your money.
It's okay. Do I get to know what it does?
Not yet.
Damn.
Does something.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna go to the City of the Dead.
Have we had a short rest?
Yeah, you can.
At all?
You can take a short rest through the course of it if you
Let's
want to
take a
take
short
that.
rest. I'm looking at my health, and it's just like low.
I would probably recommend make your way into the Castle Ward, which is a much safer district. Before then, where you can then take a short rest safely. The Dock Ward is not the kind of
Yes,
place to just loiter around.
No, we'll go into the castle ward. Probably go into like a pub or something.
So where in Dockward are we at the moment?
So if you take a look at the map,
That's
Oh,
that
so
area
we're
down there.
that
in
area.
Castle Ward. We're in Castle Ward.
yeah, the Dock Ward does actually extend over the entire dock. This map is just a lower resolution one that is useful for my purposes here, but isn't entirely accurate to the shape of the wards, which is understandable because it's a bit of a weird shape. But the dock ward does actually cover the entire dock.
Okay, so let's go into the castle ward. And then figure out what we do from there.
So you're able to find a nice tavern to take a rest in, have a drink. Anything you wish to do particularly? Or just take a short rest and then continue on?
I'll just use Arcane Recovery while I'm doing the rest. And
I'm just going to do some hit points in the rest.
Go for it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just sorting all of my dice that I got while I was away.
Alright.
Right.
Once you've done that, or as you do that, you then continue on towards the City of the Dead. Doesn't take much work to find, specifically where the mausoleum you're after is. The City of the Dead is very well mapped out. It's intentionally very easy to find your way around. So you find your way there through the mist and rain. And I will let you pull your characters onto the screen.
characters just to the
Whereabouts?
far left.
Yeah. So enter from that road.
Well, we're all there now.
What was that?
We're all there.
So,
And this is the Castle Wood, isn't it?
the City of the Dead is its own ward.
Oh yeah.
And is actually nestled mostly within the Trades ward. So the west and south borders of the City of the Dead are the Trades ward. The northern border is the North ward. Sorry, not the North ward. Yes, it would be the North ward. Right, again, issue with that map, not with my understanding. Don't trust that.
Are these guys at the front, like, stopping people from getting in here?
Not at all. It is a public park. At night they would close the gates and they would be preventing people from entering. But during the day it is open and accessible.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just walk in.
You are able to do so. The mausoleum that looks like you can access it on the map is the one that you're aiming for. It's like in
the black one?
Yeah, it's like in cartoons where there's the clearly where there's the series of lockers, one of which is very clearly rendered at a different style, is the one that the characters are going to open. Yeah, it's that.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
I swear a lot of people never notice that when watching cartoons and things.
Yeah, there's always the one that looks like it's openable.
Yeah.
Because they've actually rendered it.
And then there's always like in SpongeBob particularly, there's always an object in every scene that's like more colorful or highlighted, and it's like they're gonna interact with that and nothing else.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the general image of everything that's happening, and then the animators go through and add the objects that are going to be interacted with. Yeah, it's very noticeable when you actually know what you're looking for. This is one of those cases.
Yeah.
I was rewatching Pokemon with my brother, and everything is just like in a different style if they're going to interact with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad. Okay, we should just...
Anyway,
The whole gist of this is we'll walk through, eventually find the place we need to go to and end up in front of it.
Yeah.
That could take 20 minutes.
So you work your way down towards it. There's a smattering of people throughout the park, but it's fairly heavy rain. It's not the most popular time to visit the park, to visit anything, frankly. They're kind of
Good
where the
thing
way
we're not
people stay
visiting.
inside.
Good. Means we know if we'll see someone coming if they do.
Yeah, visibility is fairly limited because of the rain. About 60 feet is where you start to not really be able to see much.
Oh, good, I have 60 feet of dark vision.
You do. Yeah. And it is physically obscuring. It's not like magical darkness, so the Devil Sight invocation doesn't help you much. Alice?
True sight would help, wouldn't it?
Thought as much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we should
doesn't
just,
let you
like-
see through actual obscuring.
Yeah.
Would
You should-
dark vision even help against physical obscuring?
No, but it would help on the 60 feet that I can see even in darkness.
Okay.
So for the time being, I can see 60 feet.
Oh, that's fair.
But eventually, when it gets dark, the 60 feet will still be visible to me.
So, having been provided with the key, you make your way there. However, when you get to it, you find that the doors are already hanging open.
That's not good.
Yeah. Within the mausoleum are 4 words. So inside,
words.
inside a
Yeah.
family emblem is emblazoned on the floor, between 4 ostentatious marble coffins, each of which is engraved with a name of those presumably interred within. And there is a set of stairs that descends down the back.
Just going straight in.
Yep. You
There
can
were
At least
traps
the
here.
doors.
They're not here anymore.
At least if
What was that?
the doors open, we can't be accused of trespassing.
You also have
we-
the
You were
key.
also given a key. Yeah, the person who owns this gave us the key to get in. We're not going to be accused of trespassing.
Okay.
Like, the person who owns this basically said, I would prefer you to have the Stone of Galore than anyone else. Here's the key. to the
And
place
this is
for
where it
actual-
was supposed to have been taken.
Yes.
So, as you descend down, there are empty sconces that adorn the walls, and the thick layers of cobwebs and dust indicate that no one has tended to this place in quite a long time. stone coffins, stone coffins in alcoves. There are stone coffins in the alcoves along the walls, and you variously have dark vision and or light, enough to see that in the thick dust, or rather, the thick dust betrays the presence of sets of footprints.
Alright, so yeah, sorry, I was just fixing something. I'm going to try and sneak and become, like, undetectable or whatever, and stick to the edges of the room, and, like, not stand with the group.
Okay.
The group. There's two of us besides
Yeah,
you.
well, close enough.
Cool.
Roll a stealth check.
Go ahead.
$20.
You feel fairly stealthy. If there's anyone here to hear you, they wouldn't.
Awesome.
Cool. Can I walk in the same steps that have already been walked in?
Make a general dexterity check. Actually, make it acrobatics.
General dexterity.
Acrobatics check.
It's the same thing.
Fair enough.
19.
Um, very easily able to tiptoe through, not disturbing any additional dust.
How old do these footsteps look?
Roll.
Like, is there...
Make an investigation check.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a straight 18.
They seem very recent.
Okay, so there's no, like, fine layer of dust over them.
No, they have been quite recently disturbed.
Cool, we should probably hurry.
Also, with the
So-
18 investigation, there are at least 3 distinct sets of footprints.
Cool, so the 3 distinct set of footprints, they're only going in, there's none coming out.
They do come out as well.
Okay.
What's more, they go in and go to a bunch of the different
Coffins?
coffins. Thank you. Why is that word escaping me today? That's the 3rd time I've not managed to pull it out for myself. Yeah, they go to a bunch of the different coffins, and then leave.
Okay,
Uh,
so... She told us... did she tell us the specific coffin that it was in?
it wasn't supposed to be in a coffin. It was her rat she sent her rat familiar to come and take it here.
Ooh. Let's just go in.
You first.
Okay. Like how you say you first and I can't see you.
Wait, you can't see me?
You rolled a 20 stealth check, I'm not seeing
wait,
you.
Yeah.
You
I thought
still
meant you
know
couldn't
he's
see my
there. He
character
isn't
on the
explicitly
board.
hiding from you. He's hiding from anyone who might be further in.
Yeah, he's just lying next to the coffins.
Also managing to not disturb the dust any further.
Hmm. He's clinging to the walls.
Quite.
Do I see, like, coming around this corner, do I see anything? Like, there's no lights in here, I'm assuming.
There are not. The sconces that would hold torches are empty. Make a perception check. You have dark vision, so
Yes.
uh,
Natural 20, so 22.
that will definitely do it.
Yay! This is my
you
new dice, by the way.
definitely don't see anyone in here. Again, the footsteps continue to a few more of the coffins that are down here. You also see in the darkness and dust a glint of silver.
Whereabouts is that?
Let's say there.
Where? I can't see it picking.
Pick one of the archives. I really don't care.
Like,
yep.
Yeah, around it. Yeah, cool.
As you get closer, it is a shiny steel key lying in the dust on the floor.
I pick it up.
You pick it up. It is a shiny steel key. Fairly intricate design. Clearly very well made.
Can I go over to all of the coffins to see if there's like a keyhole in the side or the tops of them?
Yeah. Make a investigation check.
19.
19?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So none of the coffins have such a keyhole, or a keyhole at all, rather. But you do notice that most of the lids have been disturbed recently.
Yeah, I mean, the clan was in here looking for it. They suspected that it was sent here.
It's a possibility. If Ren was here, if Ethan was here, he would be able to point out there has also been a string of grave robbers recently.
Oh, very nice. Is there any keyhole in any of the walls? It's just very unobvious.
You had a high enough investigation on the last one. No, you don't find any. You don't find any hidden doors or hidden keyholes throughout the walls.
Where's the familiar?
That you also do not find.
What are we doing here? Anyone else want to speak?
Search the coffins.
Okay. Again, a number of them clearly have been disturbed recently already. Those that have, there aren't any bones within them.
What?
Just a lot of dust.
There's no bones. So someone.
Yes, bones eventually turn to dust.
Yeah, unless there were bones and the grave robbers took the bones.
It'd be really weird if they took the bones.
Yeah, it
unless
would.
they're trying to do some sort of necromancy.
You don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like they wouldn't do that, or at least that seems out of character, because this is Xanathar, right?
No. This is just grave robbers.
Oh. Weird. But grave robbers normally wouldn't.
Maybe they're building a bone monstrosity.
Nice.
Is there anything else in here that we can figure out from... we don't even know the familiar's name to even call out to it.
You don't. You know the wizard's name. But
Yes, I'm sure my character does.
I'm sure the character does too. Grinda Garloth. This is the Garloth family mausoleum. But
Let's pull
regardless,
out-
you have investigated. You're listening out. You don't hear any signs of a rat being about. You haven't seen anything of it. Actually, Ralis, I'll get you to do it because you've got the better form of dark vision. Can you make an investigation check?
Yep. Well,
Yep. Actually, Dan, you can make one too at disadvantage, just for what you're looking for.
I don't need it at disadvantage.
Hmm?
I don't need disadvantage.
Too bad you've got it.
Yeah, I don't need it. The first roll was a nat 1.
Yeah.
I don't need disadvantage.
You definitely don't find any signs of the rat.
I'm blind. Like we're looking for signs of like pitter-patting rat feet. That's what you're making us look out for?
Yeah.
are there torches or like sconces along the walls that aren't lit?
None of them are lit. So there are
But there are
empty
sconces.
torch sconces.
So would they be able to be ignited, or are they just completely empty?
They are completely empty. But you probably have some torches in your inventories.
Oh, I cast dancing light.
Yes.
Okay.
So much easier than just finding a torch and trying to light it.
Yep. Light cantrips are useful. You can
Yes.
one more time make a perception or investigation check.
Who's that?
Both of you. Either of you.
Okay. 16.
16. Dan?
And perception 21.
Excellent. You managed to find. You do find a little set of rat-like footprints through the dust. Comes in from the doorway and finds some little alcove, and then comes out again at some point and stops in the middle of the floor. And there would then be a another divot, another disturbance in the dust around that.
Cool, let's go to that. Whereabouts is that?
In the middle here somewhere. Sure.
So, a rat. So we saw it, sort of footprints going to here and then disappearing.
Yes.
Does that mean he was recalled? Can familiars be recalled?
They can. Or rather, make an Arcana check.
Natural 20?
Natural 20. A familiar can be recalled, can be shunted into their extra-dimensional pocket dimension, to then be called back to their summoner. Or when most familiar forms are quite weak, doesn't take much to kill them. When a familiar drops to 0 hit points, they vanish. So it could be either of those effects that it could be either of those effects that caused it to suddenly not be there.
And there's other footprints around the same place where the rat is.
Yes.
rat was.
When Let's cast Dancing Lights, was there any problems with that?
What kind of problems would you imagine there being?
Like, did it just like go off like normal? There was no like interruption or anything?
No,
Okay.
worked as normal. It's just a cantrip. It doesn't set off the wild magic if that's what you're after.
No. I was thinking there could be something being cast on this area that's like stopping magic or interrupting magic.
Be runes around, but something would have happened.
Hmm.
Interesting thought.
'Cause
No,
that-
nothing of
yeah,
that
'cause
sort
that
seems
would just
apparent.
cut the yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So again, you have the key, you have what information you've gathered, and there doesn't seem to be much more of interest in this place.
Yeah. We should probably find those grave robbers.
Sounds good.
It was probably bad timing for the rat to come in here. I reckon grave robbers were already in here.
Might be an idea to make a long rest now.
Before we do that, when Let's investigated and could tell like the coffins had been opened recently and the rat footprints, how recently was that? Was he able to determine like roughly how long ago it was?
It was recent. I'll let you make one more investigation check to specifically try and figure that out.
Fair enough.
Is it both of us or just me?
Either of you,
Well,
both of you.
What did you roll, Alice? I rolled a 19.
I rolled a natural one technically.
I
but,
don't have any bonuses to investigation.
The
Fair
natural
enough.
19 will be quite sufficient. The footprints are a little harder to tell because stepping into the dust doesn't completely displace it. But the coffins have actively been handled, which rubs off the dust more cleanly and also disturbs the cobwebs that are connected to it. None of the cobwebs have been rebuilt, and there is the layer of dust is completely cleaned off. Also, the key was entirely clean. There was no layer of dust over it at all. So it definitely within the last day at most.
I reckon the key was dropped by one of the grave robbers to where they're hiding stuff.
Yeah, well, that mostly eliminates the idea that they were here when we got here.
Yeah. Well, we saw footprints going out from here as well.
True. Yeah.
Yes, they
I
have
was
definitely. They
thinking it
have
was
clearly
possible-
left. They have clearly left. They are not here. You would have noticed them leaving if it had been in the last couple minutes.
Oh no, I was thinking because if they had stolen the bones, they probably got like some affinity for magic or something. In which case, it's possible that they had gone invisible, and so as we were arriving, they were leaving. So we saw the footprints of some who had left, and there could have been others as we were entering, still inside.
It's an interesting thought.
But nah.
So there was
What's
three people
your
who came
passive?
in and a rat.
What are your passive perceptions?
12.
And
Maybe.
12.
Don't know. Anyway, is there anything?
Can we go talk to the guys at the front? The
Yeah.
guards?
sounds like a good idea.
Just
I'll
then,
stop sneaking now and just
Oh,
casually walk.
I was just
walk
looking
out.
at you all the whole time.
Just staying on the stairs, trying not to
Oop, oh, yeah, sorry.
disturb the dust or anything.
Oh, the map moved.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
I was
did.
gonna say,
There
what
you
was
go. That's
that?
back to position. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just messing up everything. Hold it. Just a second. Also, stop splitting up. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, let's not split up.
Okay.
Who are
I
these
wasn't going
guys?
that path because there's a rock in the way.
That's fair enough.
As you are leaving the mausoleum, you see four Duragar, four dark dwarves, coming towards you,
Woo.
clearly dressed in Xanathar Guild paraphernalia.
We killing these guys?
Do any of you speak Dwarvish?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because none of you are dwarves, and the dwarf in the party doesn't speak Dwarvish. Go figure.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, what?
Isn't that an automatic thing?
Is he
Actually,
automatically
no.
get Dwarvish?
He's not a prophet. He's
How?
actually the same race as them. He's also
Right, he's
dark dwarf.
Duragard, so he doesn't speak Dwarvish.
He doesn't inherently speak it. No.
Fair enough.
None of it. Yeah.
I have
Anyway,
a question,
they.
though. With
Hmm?
Oh, I was just gonna say, with Thieves' Cant, is there like some sort of like sign language involved in that, like gestures and everything you could also communicate with?
It's
Yeah,
gestures and
absolutely.
symbols.
Gestures, symbols,
interesting.
double meanings, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain code, certain ways that you can encode messages within what you're saying. Yeah. There's lots of different ways of communicating it. Different people who know it would probably have different subsets of codes that they can and will use, as well as there being certain
Fair
things that
enough.
are fairly standard. But yes, forms of sign language would absolutely be part of it. Anyway, the Duragar accost you, demanding the Stone of Galore from you, in Dwarvish. Hand it over,
What?
kind of thing.
What are they saying?
Give us the stone, hand it over now.
Are they saying this in common now?
No, in Dwarvish.
I'm acting like I don't understand them.
Can I, using like Thieves' Cant gestures, portray the question of who are you with?
We can see who they're with.
They are very clearly wearing the kind of equipment of the Xanathar Guild.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking they could be like wearing that to like trick people, or it could be like a deception or whatever. Yeah.
The Xanathar Guild are asking for the Stone of Galore. They're not leaving here alive.
Yeah.
Also, seeing that you are not complying with their demands,
I don't know what you're saying! Not complying, yes. Oh, great.
they have
Why are they
magics.
big?
Here we go. That's what Duragar do.
Yep.
Big
They
names.
can magically enlarge themselves. Roll initiative.
Yay! This dice is not rigged at all! By the way, the dice I have is semi-precious stones which can't be weighted.
Fair enough.
I rolled a natural 20 on initiative.
Well, you're doing better than Gordonian.
Oh, there you go. Where is that?
What did you do, Ral? You did 16 rounds? Okay. Yeah, what do these guys roll?
Let me find that out. Let me find out what their dexterity is. Okay, that makes that easy. Ooh, I will give them individual turns because that makes that more interesting.
Because they're big.
They are.
And there's 4.
Big means important.
Yep.
Well, means dangerous. Alright. Let's see, what did you get?
22.
Excellent. And Gordonian? 5.
5.
Okay. Let's see, you're up first then.
Yep. I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt
Go for it.
at this front guy.
Yep, roll to hit.
And that's gonna be a 26 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
26, 23 to hit.
Either way, it hits. It easily
I'm
hits.
guessing a 23. Yeah.
What damage type and
Miss.
does it bounce?
I'm just figuring that one out. It doesn't bounce.
Oh,
It's gonna do. It's gonna do 13 damage
of what type?
of fire.
Yeah, okay. Okay. 13?
Yep.
That hurts. This one is going to take his massive war
Does he
pick.
have higher dex?
No,
I
he
feel like
wouldn't
it'd
do.
be weird if he has higher dex. Yeah.
Sorry, they have a +0 dex modifier. I assume you don't.
He has plus
no.
2.
Probably.
His initiative is +2.
There you go. So yes, you go first.
I'll cast this. I'm
Darkness.
gonna need a bubble.
Alright, let's give you a darkness bubble.
This is right on
What's the radius?
20 feet. Was it? No, it's
No,
15.
15, yeah.
15. There you go, you have a darkness bubble.
Baparan, was it you who took the feat to see through this?
Aaron's not here.
It was Baparan. Gordonian is the one who's here.
Yeah, I meant, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to walk over to here, and I will just stand there for the moment, and I'll call out, oh, you guys can have the other two.
Thanks.
Alright then.
Hey, Tim, I need to roll a D100 before that happens.
Yes, go ahead.
34. Caster can mimic target's voice perfectly for 24 hours.
You can speak in a vague facsimile of Dwarvish. Sorry, you can already speak Dwarvish. You can speak with a proper Dwarvish accent. For
Yay!
the next 24 hours. So that's interesting. Let's see how that plays out. Anyway,
Mimic his voice perfectly.
this guy is going to be confused and annoyed by that darkness.
Yep.
Now you cast the darkness and then moved, yes?
Yes.
Magical darkness, he would have no idea.
Yeah, because once you're in it,
Actually, you then
see
spoke at the
anything.
end of it, so... Perception check. Disadvantage. He assumes you're around about there, So he's going to take a great big swing and hit the wrong space, so it doesn't even matter what he would have rolled.
Awesome.
The guy beside him, a little confused at that darkness, is going to come down. Actually, let me check what their movement speed is. 25. Yeah, okay. So I should move down in front of you and take a swing at you. Let me see what the stat for that is. That is a natural 20
Yikes.
against you. Is 7. Ooh, ow. 24 points of piercing damage against you, Let's
I'm glad I short rested and healed back to max.
Yeah, that was
Because that would have killed me.
yeah, so that was because it was a crit, that was 4d8, which included a 7 and an 8.
Oh,
Okay. That will then end his turn. Unfortunately, his friend is going to come up and do the same.
yeah.
Because you're the one who actually hit. You're the one who's actually done some damage at this point.
I'm actually the only one who's had a turn.
Well, that. You did actually take half of this guy's health in one go, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was my weakest spell.
And that's a natural 2.
That misses.
So you reeling from that massive hit that drove through your shoulder, probably. You still reeling from
Something
that,
probably
managed to
snapped.
backstep away from the second pick strike, which comes down and hits at your feet. Gordonian. Are you muted?
But only in the
Nope.
Sorry, I'm using Crusty Talk. I use cast 2nd level magic missile.
Who are you targeting? Well, I suppose you can only
He's already
target
hurt.
these two.
I'll target the one who did the massive damage.
Target the guy who's hurt.
I'll target the guy who's hurt.
Yeah, because kill one of them.
I mean, you can target
Okay.
multiple people.
Yeah, so if you kill that guy and then you pass the last missile off to the last guy.
So 3 on the damaged guy, 1 to the non-damaged guy.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Roll your damage. Oop.
3, 6, 11 to the damage guy. And
It's
then
very hurting. Not quite down. What's the last
3 to
one?
the other guy. 3.
Okay. And then the last guy in the darkness next. He's also going to try and figure out where Rallis is in the darkness.
Can I first move my step into Relis's darkness?
As long as you don't leave the attack of opportunity radius from the guy.
You also do realize as soon as you step in there, you cannot see a thing.
I also heard that the other guy cannot see me. Nobody else can see me either.
No one except me.
Will this leave his?
Nope.
No,
Opportunity.
you're still in his attack of opportunity. Oh, sorry,
Cool.
Attack range.
I'll go here.
in his range.
Yep. Alright. So, this guy is going to have a pretty good idea where you are, Alice. He's going to take a swing. And that is a natural 3. Takes a wild swing, just hoping that It'll meet you somewhere in the middle of that, and you see it coming a mile away.
Sounds
Uh,
about right.
It's gonna suck.
Let's see. You are up.
I'm gonna try and Chaos Bolt again.
Okay.
The same guy.
Sure.
Will an 18 hit?
An 18 will hit. You can also take advantage. Just so you're aware.
Oh, yes, I can. No,
You
it's
never
still
use,
an 18.
You never use that feature. So I just thought, like, I feel like
Yeah.
I need to start pointing it out.
Yeah,
Yes, an
I
18
need
will
to
hit.
use that. Cool, and this is going to jump.
Excellent. I don't care what the damage is. I just want to know what the damage type is.
It's force damage.
Yep. Yeah, so he's taken a bunch of
That's gonna
force
be
damage. Taken a big bolt of
11.
fire damage. Yeah, again, doesn't matter. He's got 2 hit points. He's taken a big burst of fire damage and then a bunch of bolts of force damage, and this last one just disintegrates a hole through his armor and through most of his wherever you happen to be aiming. Upper chest, let's say.
Yeah. Cool. So that guy's dead.
Very.
And it jumps to the guy next to him, who's also attacking me.
Yep. Roll to hit
Uh,
again, I think you need to do.
Yes, 18.
Yep, that'll hit.
This is also going to jump.
Yeah.
can't
Start with
see anyone,
the
can
damage
I?
on this guy and the damage type.
It's fire.
Yep, fire damage. How much?
For 11 damage.
Okay.
Can it jump to people I can't see?
Sure, I will allow that because it's no longer you controlling it.
Yeah.
You can
Jump
have
to
the
me.
amount of control of, I know there's someone vaguely there who I want to be damaged by this, but it's taking control of itself, so sure, I'll let you target it.
Yeah, he's just letting the magic go wild.
The leaping magic is choose an enemy, not an enemy you can
Within
see.
what range?
30 feet.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm choosing the
closer guy?
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rolling to hit. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit.
Okay, it didn't jump.
Okay, what's the damage type that you want to choose?
I'm choosing thunder damage.
Yep.
And it's doing 18 damage.
18.
I rolled an 8 and a 7 and then a 3 on the d6.
Nice.
And wild magic goes off.
Please do. Yeah, big fun. So you loose this bolt of wobbly energy, disintegrates part of one guy, jumps and burns the next guy, and then goes and blasts at the last guy, almost knocking him off his feet. And wild magic.
57. I don't know this.
Oh, where's my sheet? Here you are, 57.
Everyone dies.
Oh, that's fun. I don't have a specific token for that. Sure, I'll go with you.
What happened?
And perfect. A small mechanical, a small mechanical creature, appears, standing next to you, and seems, very, very confused at the chaos.
Sorry about this, but these guys are attacking us. Can you help?
Free later for the restaurant.
Let me just,
What the heck?
check the stat block of it.
Is it a flump?
It is a
The
Modron.
front one is
Specifically
awesome.
what it is.
Ah, okay. Oh wait, is that what I think it is?
That's not very much.
What is it?
Oh, it is. So they're the living embodiment of perfect order. So if you do a sorcerer and go clockwork soul, you're basically trained slash blessed by the Modrons, and one of your special abilities is if someone has an advantage or disadvantage, you can just straight up remove that so they have a normal roll.
Whoa.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So,
Whoa.
firstly, I'll have you make an Arcana check.
Yeah. Choose plus 0, 14.
Could this
14?
guy work at our restaurant?
So Modrons are from Mechanus, which is the upper plane of lawful neutral. It is pure order.
Yep.
Can I also have you roll a d4?
2.
2? Yep. It is a little cube.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so it's a segmented cube. Gears and spindly mechanical arms and legs. Let me...
Still asking for help at this point.
Let me see if I can put that in this chat. No, I don't seem to be able to do that. I'll put it in the game text chat.
Oh, are you posting a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to post one.
Oh, it's cute.
Here's all the other types.
Oh man. So we got the
They're
cute
so
one,
Cool.
not the creepy looking ones.
But yeah, using a clockwork soul sorcerer, I was playing one campaign, and this guy had like no skill in animal handling, and would have disadvantage. And we're using that skill to reset, get rid of his disadvantage.
So this.
We tamed a bunch of giant frogs, some skunks, some snakes, some kobolds, and some other stuff. Oh,
Lol.
and a tiger.
What? Okay, okay then. Seems good. Cool. That's my turn. I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah. It also doesn't share a language with you, so
I don't know that.
no. Yeah, you can try and persuade it to work for you, but it's just straight up not going to work.
I'll just use
What
the
language does it speak?
It speaks its own language. It speaks Modron.
Oh,
I'm just gonna look like I look very injured.
You do.
I'm just gonna like put my hands. Let's put my hands together and just like look pleadingly to try and persuade it to help.
Roll a persuasion check.
18.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
Rallis,
The
you're
only
up.
reason I was my only +6 persuasion.
So, Rallis, you have your magical darkness. A couple of the Duragar have come and swung at you. One of them just took a massive thunderous hit to its back and stumbled towards you a bit.
awesome. Okay, well, using my normal trick, how I've cast like darkness on a coin, I'm going to have that coin and then grab out like a handful of other like crappy like copper coins from my pouch and toss them all like just all at once. I don't care if some of them hit them or not, like in over towards this way.
Why?
It makes noise and it distracts them, and then the coin that has the darkness causes the darkness to move.
Alright. Let me...
They can see you.
How far are you trying to throw it?
Not very far, like just over here.
Sure, you're able to do so. I'll call that bonus action.
Awesome.
So the darkness around him is gone.
Yes. So he's still within it.
Yeah.
Alright, what do you want to do?
And then hope. Yeah, so that should make enough noise that it's going to distract them and hopefully give off the illusion that I've moved. Or at least done something, or there's something happening behind them. Then I will step down to here.
Out of the range of this one.
Does he
Make
get-
a deception
Yeah, well, he-
check.
Okay.
Make an attack of opportunity, quick disadvantage.
That's 18.
Alright. That'll definitely exceed their passive or even active insight, frankly.
Is he going to attack of opportunity me?
Yeah, he'll give that a go. First of all,
Disadvantage.
um, yeah, he entirely misses where you're heading. Doesn't quite manage to hit his ally, but it's close.
Awesome. Alright, yep, so I'll just move down there, and then I'm going to use Booming Blade and stab at the one right in front of me with my rapier.
Okay, roll to hit
It's not having a great time with
with
thunder stuff.
advantage, by the way.
Which is yeah, that's a natural 20. I'll do the advantage anyway. Yeah, I'll just take the crit, thank you.
Yep. Roll your damage first up.
So that's 12 damage, and then does the sneak attack damage double as well?
It should on a crit.
Yeah, it should do. One D&D might
Okay,
might
so that's
disagree with that, but I
18
don't.
damage.
I don't think he's gonna live after the first hit.
Yeah, that's like 18 damage. Oh, and he has Booming Blade, so if he moves, he takes...
He's dead.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah, he is quite thoroughly dead. You he stumbles forward from the thunderous blast, stands up, looks around for where you are, manages to just barely not be hit by the pickaxe that swings by his head. He reacts to that, looks around, and then has your rapier go up under his jaw.
Awesome.
I did 18 damage to him. If 13 was half their health,
Yeah, I wasn't keeping track of numbers.
they have 26 hit points each.
Sounds good.
26? Yeah, 26.
But yeah, sneak attack works really well with darkness.
Oh yeah, that it does.
Yeah.
Now, he will have heard you doing that somewhat. Still can't
16
figure
was
out
the
quite
guy
where
who-
you are. He can definitely tell the direction that you are now. So he's going to move
do the coins
towards
play
you
an
more.
effect because of my deception roll?
Actually, yeah, he would have assumed that it was this way. Let me
He moves.
move things.
Does he pick up the coins and then run to what? And he has darkness on him.
He can't tell. I mean, he wouldn't be able to find the coins.
Fair enough.
He's also large, so he wouldn't have the dexterity to pick them up anyway. But he will assume you're vaguely in this direction and not be able to figure out where you are.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's not much more he could do. This guy is going to take a swing at you, Lezia. And that is
Yep.
a 2.
No.
Swings, and the Modron, still standing mostly in the way, kind of just gets hit by it instead. And
Oh
it
no!
glances off. This guy is dead. Gordonian, you are currently enveloped in magical darkness and cannot see anything. You are generally aware of the pile of coins that has been thrown here. You probably heard and recognized the sound of a spell being cast over here, and are aware of more stuff happening back this way. So, what do you want to do?
Would I be aware of the other guy who's in the darkness?
Not explicitly. You could make a perception check to see if you can figure out where he may or may not be.
With disadvantage.
Yes. Well,
Darkness.
it's based on audio, so I'll just have it as a straight roll with a reasonably high DC.
Yeah.
You can figure out pretty
Natural
exactly
20.
where he is. He is big and heavy footsteps on a gravel path. You can tell exactly where he's standing.
What the heck is us and natural 20s today?
I'll just use fast magic missile.
Yeah.
I guess. This time first magic missile.
First level?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll all your damages. 3, 4, 2. So that is 11. I got that right? No. 9. I can do maths. Alright. Yeah. He's a big shape, you know close enough where he is, and you can hit him quite squarely in the chest with that. He is dead. Let's see how you're up.
Yay!
You've got a very uncomfortably confused Modron standing beside you.
I did
You know the
lowish
rest.
damage to him. I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb at this last guy. At this guy. Wait,
Okay.
is this guy's still alive, isn't he?
He is, but you can't see him.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb at this guy, because I don't know if he's still alive, or where he is.
They'll drop down to natural size when they die. So hitting this guy with Chromatic Orb.
Yeah.
Go for it.
24.
24 will hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing lightning damage.
Lightning. Nice. What's your damage?
16 damage.
Good solid hit. Arcs through the pickaxe and the various bits of armor he's got. And takes him down.
Oh, good.
And he
So if
shrinks
he
back
hit me, I
down to
couldn't
his natural
survive.
size.
And Wild Magic goes off.
Wild magic goes off. Roll your 100.
50. Smoke fumes from my ears for 1 minute.
Mingles with the rain. It's actually pretty hard to tell it's happening. Rallis, you're up.
Okay.
Got
I'm
one
going
guy
to
left
move
standing
right
before you.
behind Him. I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and I'll put my hand on one shoulder and have my rapier against the side of his neck on the other shoulder and cast Charm Person.
Interesting. What does Charm Person do? Charm Person.
Like a wisdom
Wisdom
save?
save? It's not touch. You don't actually have to put your hand on his shoulder. Not to mention, he is large. His shoulder is above where you can reasonably reach.
Yeah, wisdom save.
He will
13.
do so with advantage because you're fighting it. He would do anyway because of reasons. Alright, so if you want to do that, I will make that wisdom save. That is a natural 19. So he hears whatever words it is you're trying to put into his head and decides, no, I would much rather swing my pickaxe at you. It's his turn next. So he's going to do exactly that and roll with disadvantage.
Hold up. I'm going to then step back over here then.
It's still doing the same thing. Just trying to
He's attacking
attack of opportunity.
opportunity.
What is your armor class? Your armor class is 13. A 14 does hit. Just barely. Basically minimum damage. That is 6 points of piercing damage to you, as you scamper away from him.
That was nothing.
Yeah, basically. It just catches you in the back more with the top of the pick rather than actually getting you with the spike of it. Anyway, it's then his turn. He's going to follow after you and try and do the same thing again. First of all, perception check. Can you actually maybe figure out where you are? Yeah, he's got a decent idea. Roll to attack with disadvantage. That is a 15. That still hits.
Fair.
That is a further 9 points of piercing damage.
Easy.
Probably swings a couple of times quite wildly as he chases after you, and one of them manages to actually catch you fairly solidly.
Awesome.
Alright. His 3 companions are all unconscious. Actually, are all fairly thoroughly dead. Gordonian,
Yeah.
you are still in darkness. What do you want to do?
I'll cast the thing at the guy. Magic missile first level.
Make a perception check first to see if you can figure out where he is.
Oof.
He's being quite loud, so it's not a terribly high DC. Was that the roll you just made? Okay. The 10?
Yeah, I just made the 10.
Yep. Your passive perception would be 12, which would actually cover it. I'll let you take that as the minimum. So yeah, you can tell where he is. He's big, he's loud, he's probably actually screaming at the guy. Just point in the direction of the big, loud, angry thing and go boom. And he goes boom. Roll your appropriate things. Magic missile is useful. 12.
12.
12.
3 solid hits to the back. He's still going. He's unconscious. Let's see. You can hear this too. You can try and figure out where he is.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna move like there into the darkness. I'm gonna figure out where he is in there.
I don't think
Roll
you
for it.
have to. You just
make
need
a
to have
perception
general
check.
location.
Your passive perception will be 10, won't it?
12.
Oh, it is 12.
Mine is also 12.
Depends what you
I
want.
rolled a 17.
Yeah, you can tell pretty well where he is.
I'm
The sound of
casting
the
firebolt.
go for it. So it's roll to hit with disadvantage. But you can definitely aim at the
18.
An 18 will hit.
And it's a D10.
Nice.
10.
10. And with that, your not that you can see this, but your bolt of fire manages to find the hole in the arm that the force damage has opened up. Hit him square in the back, probably square in the spine, and that is quite enough to then knock him down. Falls on his face, just behind Rallis. And with that,
Awesome.
you are out of combat.
Realize, can you drop this darkness?
Yeah, I snap my fingers and the darkness disappears, and then I go and collect up my coins.
Yeah. You're able to pick up the
Cool.
most of them at least. A couple of the coppers are probably shuffled in under the gravel from the footsteps.
Oh well.
Cool. So these guys thought we had it, and we definitely don't. So let's. What do we want to do with these bodies? Because we don't want to leave them out in the open.
Why not? We can just go tell the guards what happened. Or you can even drag one along with us.
Yeah, I think we should drag one along with us and go tell the guards that there is another 3 guys in this area, or just even bring them to the bodies here to say they attacked us. They didn't give us any choice. I still look quite hurt.
I'm not
Yeah.
carrying them.
They are also
Yeah,
very
someone
obviously
give me
dressed
a
in
hand.
Xanathar Guild style. So
Yeah,
it's
that was my thought.
Yeah.
You could bring just their robes.
Nah,
just be like-
someone just told me drag the body along, because if we just bring the robes, they're gonna be like, oh, why is you've got the robes and suspect us and whatever.
Yeah, let's bring a body.
Yeah.
There's enough of us that we can just drag a body
the Modron disappears after
to
about
the front gate.
about a minute after it was
Oh.
conjured.
Bye!
I hope to never see you again.
Yeah, same. Well, he can't speak my language,
No,
and I
exactly.
can't understand him.
Yeah, you're absolutely able to get the attention of a guard. They actually probably already heard some of the sounds of combat and were on their way to investigate.
Awesome.
So
Fair
yes,
enough.
make their way over fairly quickly. Yes. They definitely didn't notice the Duergar coming into the area. And are
Right.
quite annoyed by that. They would also be quite concerned at how you're
Sorry.
looking, Lexia.
I'm on 8 health.
Also reminds me,
We'll be
you're still
fine, don't
blue.
worry about it.
I am. I am very much still blue.
There's
that's
actually a
got
disease in D&D that like makes you blue and is absolutely fatal.
Yep, no, this is just a curse. I'm just cursed to be blue.
Is that from Wild Magic?
Yes, that is from Wild
Yeah.
Magic. It won't take much to get rid of it, but I haven't done that yet.
Okay. There you go. Just checking something. Yeah, good. I've edited your token, your character thing. It will now automatically
Yeah.
be blue when you pull it out.
Thank you.
All right. So, the guards take your statement for whatever level of detail you're willing to give.
These guys were coming here, and we couldn't understand them. By the way, I was speaking heavy dwarf accent.
You are able to imitate them. You don't have to
Yes.
imitate them.
I am.
Okay.
We couldn't understand them, so speak in heavy dwarf.
Well, I mean, we could have. I just couldn't be bothered casting comprehend language.
And then they looked like they were getting frustrated, and then they started attacking us.
Yeah, we were the poor innocent victims here, officer. They just accosted us, and we were just here taking a stroll to visit some family graves, not visit family.
We're
And
visiting our
anything else?
family. We're talking to the dead.
These are guards who guard a
quite scary.
glorified graveyard. They are entirely used to people doing all sorts of visiting family.
Yeah,
It's not
I'm
weird
just
in the
trying to
slightest.
pose as an innocent. It was super scary, guard. They came at us.
We had to defend ourselves.
Yeah,
Oh.
let's see. He protected us. He stood up and beat them all.
I pretty much did.
Basically. Yes, the guards write all of that down, all the important information down, start making arrangements to have those bodies dealt with, and recommend that
Need
you
our
go
names.
find a good healer.
Yep, I'll do that once I have a long rest.
Yeah.
Which means I won't need a healer.
Alright.
Did they make sure to note down that I was like a frightened victim?
He's a frightened
Make
victim.
a deception
I'm a
check.
guardian angel.
What was that?
Make a deception check.
Okay.
So you're a frightened victim. I'm a guardian angel. That is blue.
That's an 11. It's really weird. The way the dice is rolled, it's like on an angle, but oh well. That's a weird visual glitch.
Yeah.
If you're a frightened victim and you're guardian angel, what am I?
Bystander.
You're not frightened by these guys. So
Yeah, Ralph, you
a
definitely have the look of an adventurer. You are wielding a rapier,
not
you are
frightened.
wearing a form of armor. Not only
You do not
do you
look
look like
scared.
you could handle yourself if you need to, you look like you have all the confidence of it as well.
Okay, well I just give him like a cheeky little grin and then just make my rapier vanish into like my pocket dimension.
Yeah.
You can clearly see that we're magic people.
Yeah, but you gotta mess with them.
He can clearly see
I'm
what the
just gonna let
situation
him know.
is as relevant as he cares to. It will be dealt with. It's just thugs accosting fairly well-equipped innocents. It's probably
I'm
not
just gonna
even
let
going to
him
make the into the
know.
newspapers.
Yes. If he ever wants like a meal, he can come to the Haunted Bell, or Happy Bell, or whatever bell we're up to.
The
For a-
innocent frightened bell.
He seems quite
The
appreciative
Angel
of that
Bell.
offer.
I'll let him know where it is because it's somewhere else. Like we
It's fine.
also have someone who works here, or does work here, whatever he does.
Yes, Ren Korb, I think is his name. Yes,
Yes.
he's reasonably known, and so that will be followed up with. Anyway, you are then able to make your way to back out
Oh,
into the
as
city.
we're leaving,
We were gonna ask him about the grave robbers.
Yes,
Ah.
we need to do that, and then so we'll ask that first.
What do you wish to ask? Anything specific?
You're up, let's hear.
Like I was just gonna ask about like these guys obviously know about all the grave robbing stuff that's been happening, but do these guys know like whereabouts, like how they're getting in or how they're getting out, with valuables and stuff?
Well, it is entirely possible to scale the walls. Being able to do so stealthily or not is possible. Mostly a matter of what crowds are around at the time. But otherwise, the walls are scalable. It's also entirely possible for people to use various illusions, invisibility, things like that to get through unseen. Which is quite possibly how the Duragar just got in.
Yeah. So I'm just going to tell these guys that the family grave that we went to see, was grave robbed. like today.
You show
Just to
you
let
can
them
show them
know.
the key to make sure that they know that you are allowed to be there. But yes,
Yes.
they go and investigate that as well, and add it to the list.
Yeah. I know.
Well, is that all the questions we had?
Yeah.
Okay, well, with that, then I guess we should head off, and I'll give the guard a cheeky little bow and say, well, until next time, officer. And then start walking off.
You are so cheeky.
Anyway, they let you go. Where do you wish to head to? Do you want to find a proper healer, partly to get rid of the blueness, or just head home and deal with things at the restaurant, or do anything else?
Let's see,
Think-
someone that's blue, so it's up to him.
I think I should just go talk to like a cleric. That's the lot. Like every time I've had this happen, a cleric has removed it for me.
Yeah.
It's a spell called Remove Curse.
Yes.
We should hire a cleric at the haunted, happy, innocent bell.
That is an option.
Seriously?
I mean, anything's an option. You would have to pay them sufficiently. Also, Remove Curse is a 3rd level spell, so it's a
Yeah.
fairly. They would have to be a fairly powerful cleric by most standards to have it. So it's about 20
I'm
gold.
going to someone who has done it to me before.
Yeah, it's about 15-20 gold pieces for their time to do
That's
that.
fine. It's absolutely fine.
So, if anything's possible, could we hire slaves?
That one is not.
Ah,
Slavery, I'm fairly sure, is explicitly illegal. Let me.
We've already
Very
done that
good.
with 2 people.
true.
Slavery.
Well, on a more
Crimes
serious
against
note-
slavery. Crimes against citizens. Slavery. Flogging and hard labor up to 10 years.
Oh, nice.
We technically have slavery over someone who can't be seen and a nimble who is not a person.
Fair enough. It's not like that sentence will add much to what we've already done, so.
Actually,
Um,
legally what you could be charged with from the incident at Grapplin Villa, a couple of months is probably the most you would actually get. Slavery would absolutely be 10 years of hard labor. So...
Yeah, just work in our restaurant, that's hard labor.
Yeah, no, there is a there's a farm outside the city which is worked by prisoners for that purpose.
Is it near where I do my shooting range stuff?
Near enough. It's far enough away that you haven't seen it explicitly, but you know it's there.
Yeah, okay.
It's well
on a
protected.
more serious note,
Yes.
based upon my connections and experiences, how much would I know about Duragar working for the Xanathar Guild?
It would be pretty easy for you to find out that it's they are one of the regular employee types. Xanathar Guild tends to make use of more exotic races. So Duragar is one. Kobolds, goblins, quite a lot. They do have humans as well, but it's far more prevalent for them to have Duragar, kobolds, goblins, orcs, stuff like that.
Fair enough. I feel like if you really wanted an effective, like, criminal network or thieves guild, you'd be going into the, like, getting demons and changelings and other things who can actually use their skills to be more effective at stuff than goblins.
They do that to a smaller extent. Demons are a lot more precarious to use.
True.
You are aware of There are mind flayers, and other illithids that are made use of.
Yes.
They tend to be fairly high-ranking members of the Xanathar Guild. Yeah, things like that.
Fair enough.
We should just kill the Xanathar Guild.
Probably a good idea.
The city has been trying for a long time to do that.
Let's team up with the city. We've made a bigger dent in their operation than anyone else has.
No,
I
you
don't
haven't.
know, like, how much of a dent have we made?
Really, barely any at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You've messed with a
just killed
couple of
some
their smaller
lackeys.
operations, killed a handful of their operatives. But
Yeah, a bigger dent than the city has made.
no,
Killed the
not
brain.
at all.
I'm not sure what the brain was.
I thought the city had done like nothing.
What's the
Just because you
We killed
haven't
the brain.
seen the what was that? Sorry.
Yeah, he's.
we killed the brain?
I don't know.
You killed
how
one
much that-
intellect devourer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Is the intellect devourer a type of elder brain or whatever it's called?
No.
Okay, so it's a weak. Okay, fair enough. Because I was thinking back when we did that, I was like, this doesn't seem right. I thought these were stronger.
I mean, that one could have actually outright killed any of you if it had gotten a chance to.
Yeah, we didn't give it a chance. Cool. We should probably go long rest. Yeah.
You are able to do so, yes.
Yeah.
You can find
got
a
2 second level spells. That's it.
you can go find a cleric to remove your curse.
Yes,
Reasonably
I've already
easy.
paid for your.
You remove your blueness.
I'm not blue anymore until the next time that I'm blue. Oh, come. What's this cleric's name?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Let me find an appropriate thing to find that out. I recently acquired Xanathar's Guide to Everything, which I think should have some name generation tables in it.
Pretty sure it does.
So let me firstly figure out what race they will be. Because why not? Here. Find a male dwarf cleric. Roll a D100 for me, please.
Yep. 90.
90. That will be Ulfgar Silverstone. I will type that out.
It's Silverstone. That's
Fitting,
that's
yes.
good. Yeah. I will probably keep coming back here every now and again.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, well, if that's sorted, let's head back to the restaurant.
Yeah, we can take a long rest in there.
Quite. Alright.
How much staff do we have now that we have 2 non-sleeping, non-eating workers?
I mean, it does give you some benefits for the amount of costs that it takes to hire your staff is reduced a little bit because you've got a couple fewer people to hire because they don't really care about being paid.
they want stuff, they can ask us. Write something down, and we can provide that.
Yeah. The ghost just
How-
wants the business to be successful, and Modo wants to basically have a reason to do stuff, both of which you
Yeah.
are providing.
Is Moto the nimble, right?
Yes.
Yes, the Nimblewright has
How
been named Modo.
How how do I phrase this? How responsive or like moral is he? Like, what could you ask him to do? What's his responsibilities?
Theoretically, just about anything. From what you gather, Lady Growlhund had made use of him for a while as a servant, and then for a little while as a spy and ultimately assassin.
Fair enough.
So they will do just about anything they need to. They have limited intelligence, but will follow through with orders. The artificers in the party have enforced some limits on it to reduce its homicidal tendencies.
Fair enough. How effective is it at like these things though?
It's pretty good. It's particularly very dexterous.
Okay, interesting.
Very dexterous
Well,
and acrobatic and very good with a blade.
Right, well, as we enter the restaurant, I'll start heading upstairs to my room to get some rest. And what's the name of the ghost dude again?
Lith, I think is his name, but I will double check that for you. Let me find a way. Right. Yeah, Lif, Lif.
Okay, well, I'll call out to him and get him to just come with me and fill me in on any like rumors or information or anything he's heard from like at the restaurant or like just outside the restaurant.
Yep.
Do you speak common?
He understands common. He cannot speak, but he can write.
Okay.
That works.
And you have you have ample access to paper and ink. So you can absolutely act as a scribe. He, if you want to give him provision to do so.
Yep, that'd be good.
So, is there anything particular you're after?
Not really, just any interesting rumors. Like just anything really. If like if he overheard something like interesting or there was like a rumor that seemed particularly like out of place or anything like that, just let me know about it.
Interesting thought. That is an interesting thought.
Like I'm assuming the restaurant is somewhat successful.
It is getting back up into being operational again after the fireball.
Just the Nimblewright's helping with repairs, seeing he was the one who caused it.
Yeah. You're also doing the excavation underneath, which is probably
Yes.
about a third
Which
of the
is-
way done at this point. It's been
Which
a
is
few
what
days
I'm
away.
going to go check on.
Yep.
Because
the work is down there.
excavation that I'm doing, the excavation that I'm doing is not known to the people doing the rest of it.
And is about half as much as the... Yeah, is about half as much as the official expansion. Also,
Yes.
I will say there is the provision for a selective silence generator, basically. A magical silence generator. It is fairly expensive to hire, but will allow will allow the work to continue through all hours, as needed, because it will stop any sounds coming up to either disturb the business or things like that. So if you want to hire that, you can also make use of it yourself.
Which would that be?
It would be an extra, say, 50 gold for the week.
That's fine. Oh, let's hire that.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
Alright, there is no random set of rumours around there. Let me see if there's one in Zombies.
We've got nearly 50 gold from that. For that.
Anyway, as a matter of rumours, there's various things, nothing nothing of much importance that you can gather. Nothing of much importance that Leaf has gathered, I should say. Various things about the dealings of various businesses and how successful they're being. Various dealings of the various rumors about the Xanathar guilds and the Zentarum fighting each other in the streets, and nothing really of much substance in any of that. Couple other things of various sorts, but again, nothing much of note. It's been fairly quiet the last few days around here, and it's you've got wealthier clientele just because of the area you're in, and so it'll be idle gossip more than anything actionable.
Fair enough. Oh, if that's all, what time is it during the day or like whatever?
So it's probably mid-afternoon by the time you get back here, especially with
Okay.
Let's having to go find Silverstone.
Yeah.
If we were to long rest now, how would that look? Like, would we be going to sleep, or would we just be doing stuff around the restaurant, just chilling?
So it would start. I mean, a long rest is specifically. I think it's 8 hours, of which at least 6 is sleep, unless you have various class or race features that say otherwise. So you wouldn't be able to take a long rest immediately necessarily, unless you want to go to sleep during the afternoon.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. I was like, I feel like it would work very weirdly.
Which is possible. Or you could have a few hours of downtime before you then have the long rest.
Sounds good. What does everyone else want to do?
I reckon I will probably just like go downstairs and start and keep excavating my area for a couple of hours and then have a long rest.
Sure. Can I have you make a make a D100 roll?
67.
Okay. And I'll have you make a stealth check as well.
16.
Comes to 83 total. Yeah. Yeah, you're able to keep it quite quiet. Yeah, bring in the silence generator, mean that won't disturb anything else going on, and manage to hit a fairly loose patch of the rock. Pull a lot of it comes away pretty quickly. You're able to make some good progress.
Good. We need to make progress on this.
Others, what do you wish to do?
For my downtime for the moment, I'll get Moto to come to like my den / room thing and see if I can get anything, like learn anything from him about the Zentarum or Xanathar and all that, like from his time working for Lady Growlhund, since she seemed to have a connection to both of them.
Okay. Dun. That is a good question. So, let me go. First of all, make an investigation check. Yeah,
Fair enough.
investigation.
19.
19. Can you also roll a d20 for me?
Yep. Ugh, that's a 3.
So you are able to figure out how to communicate fairly effectively with the Nimblewright. Actually, probably teach it a little bit of Thieves' Cant sign language, as well as use some writing, and pretty effectively able to figure out that it really didn't figure out much.
Fair enough.
Its job wasn't to pay attention to that. Most of the time was spent like working as a bit of a servant, so going out and on errands and things like that. Not spending time around the place, eavesdropping on the conversations and stuff like that.
Okay, well, in that case, is it possible I could get a map of the city in my room, like a larger one?
Absolutely.
Okay, because if I get that, I would then see if I can get him to help mark down spots that he often frequented while doing errands for Lady Growlhund and places he went when he did like any of her like odd jobs like assassinations and that sort of stuff for that brief amount of time.
That kind
So
of
I think
thing. That kind of thing was very recent, and it was mostly just keeping an eye on the Zentarum who was sent after the stone.
Fair enough.
Rather than being sent off to
Well,
assassinate
if you went to
people.
any well, if you went to any specific places while watching or knew of any specific places, I'll get him to just mark those down as well then.
Yep. So it would probably be, from conversation with Renee and Neverember as well, actually, you would find out it's, a bit of a trail around the city, various hiding places of the gnome who actually had the stone for a while. Is mostly what it was, or what is followed.
Yep.
So whether that would hold any value for you presently, probably not. The Harpers have probably investigated it at Renee's request.
Yeah. What about any places he would have frequented for doing just normal errands?
Yeah, plenty of places, particularly through the trades ward. Nothing of much note. Tailors, cleaners, various shops of different kinds. Fairly typical stuff for errand runner of a wealthy family.
Okay, well, I'll keep those noted and listed down for the moment, and I'll just put that aside. And that's all I can think to do for the moment.
That's fine.
Yeah,
now,
so-
was this one up here was your room that you took, wasn't it?
No, I think it was this one because that one went into the tower, so it was better for a wizard, whereas I got this one, which is like the den.
Okay.
Yes, I'm also going to head up stairs to my room. I'm also going to feed my pet.
Good idea. Make an animal handling check.
Saw that one coming. Animal handling. I love how I have proficiency in animal handling. 19.
Excellent. You don't get bitten.
No.
The snake stays put
How
in
does
its
he
cage.
feel?
Um,
Yeah, but
the snake seems
no one
quite
always
content.
keeps him.
He's not quite as pleased with the current weather. It's cold and humid, cold and damp, and he's not tends to prefer warmer. But you've got a
Get him like
fire in your
heat lamp.
room, and you've got a fire in your room, and it's fairly as comfortable as can be.
Can I get him a heat lamp?
That would take some work, but is possible.
I will talk to my
Actually,
artificers
let me
about that one.
check. There is there's an artificer spell which is probably helpful here. Let me just check it. Come on, I don't know. There it is. Let me go. Spells, artificer. First level. Where are you? Okay. I appear to be wrong. Continual flame, that's the one I'm after. Okay. Never mind that then. Continual flame is an artificer spell which produces a continual flame, as the name suggests. It produces no heat. Only light.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
Which, having a couple
I
of
will
artificers in the
work on-
party, some of the profits would go into producing a couple of those to actually illuminate the place. Haunted Bell using sourceless flames is entirely in keeping with the theme of it.
Yes.
Anyway, unless there is something else that you want to do with your couple hours of downtime, I will have Gordonian roll a d100 for me.
Yep. $68.
68. Just get my page back open. Okay. Running a business. 68. Yeah. These first few days of the business being back up and running, you do manage to actually get in enough clientele immediately to actually cover costs for everything quite effectively, including covering some of the upgrades a little bit additional as well.
Does
So-
that Graves guy come and visit?
What's that? Sorry.
The guy from the Graves Yard district.
Yes,
offered to come
he comes and brings a couple of the other guards. A couple of other off-duty guards come and have a good meal after their shift.
Good. Sorry, that's
look-
promotion.
Look, he looks quite pleased to see that you're no longer blue, and looking quite a bit
Or
less...
bleeding.
Or bleeding.
Yes.
Well, with that then, you can take a long rest and we will continue with the next day.
Sounds good.
When do we level up?
Eventually.
Nah, it's like just then.
You'll level up when I say you do.
Yes, it's not like our a weird extra thing that we did on New Year's
Yeah.
Day. Where it's just like, yes, you kill things, roll a d6. That's how many times you level up.
Yeah, that was just an event of pure chaos because I wanted to do something random and fun and actually be able to participate.
Well, I've got the DM's guide now, so I can actually do something
Excellent.
soon.
You don't actually need the DMG in order to be a DM.
No, I was getting it anyway. I've also got the Citadels. What's it called? This one. Oh, I'm looking right. I have the Radiant Citadel.
No. Yeah. When we finish this campaign, we'll discuss what we'll do next.
We were doing the dungeon
Possibly.
levels.
It is an option. There are also other things that can be done.
Yes.
So, have you all taken your long rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Morning rises the next day, thick fog pressing against the windows. What do you wish to do?
We need to find the Stonefall door.
Obviously. I mean, pretty broad goal, but
We need to find the grave robbers. Then.
that's a bit better.
So, what do we need to do? We need to beat the game.
Yeah.
I wasn't
That's
that
the same
broad.
as like, what's my goal in life? I need to get rich.
Or-
Done.
I need to stay alive.
I mean, find the MacGuffin is actually what that quest line is, effectively. But anyway.
Yep.
So, broad goal is find the Stonefall lore. Secondary goal is find the grave robber. Third goal is finish downstairs so we can start planning to expose the person that we promised not to expose.
Wait, exposed on what?
Is it
Grabhorn.
Grundlewald or whatever?
Oh, that person.
Grabhorn, yeah. But like 5 of us signed a treaty of
Grabhorn.
non-disclosure.
Oh, yeah. I was told about
Were
it.
you here for that?
No,
Did you sign
I was
that?
told about it though.
So you didn't sign it, neither did Estelle.
Yes, he
Estelle
will have
also didn't
signed
sign
it. He will have also
He
signed it.
wasn't.
The fact that
He wasn't with us.
the fact that the player wasn't present doesn't mean the character wasn't.
Estelle wasn't because she didn't even get captured.
No, she was not involved at all with any of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to go let Letsia know. I'm going to go look into these grave robbers real quick, and I should be back in about an hour, and I'll head out to do that.
Alright, how do you want to go
That's
about
fine.
doing that?
I will probably.
I'll go to my contacts and see if I can get any information.
Yep. Roll an investigation check. Okay.
18.
Okay. You are able to find out that there is some halfling necromancer who is having bones stolen for his own purposes. Neither he nor any of his associates have any connection with any of the criminal organizations or anything like that.
Okay, do they have any specific locations or any idea about where he'd be?
Not specifically at all, no.
Okay, and then I'll just ask if there's been if they've got any ideas or heard anything about the Xanathar activity of late.
Um, various things. They're upset about the Stone of Law having been stolen. Nothing out of the usual beyond that. Trying to recover it, but again, nothing particularly unusual about that.
Fair enough.
I will also remind you, someone does have the key that was seemingly dropped by one of the grave robbers.
I do.
I'll head back with this information and let these guys know about that then.
While he's been doing that, I've been doing more work downstairs.
Yep.
In the basement.
Yeah, the official workers will have shown up as well to do some work.
Yeah, I always give like, I'll probably what I'll do is go down there before they arrive, and then let someone know that I'm in there. Just let them give me a heads out when I can actually come out.
Sure.
I'm not letting the workers see me go in or out.
Naturally. Yeah, you're prepared. You've rolled well enough at various things for actually setting up the place, setting up the door to be nicely secreted. You would be. I won't even need you to roll to be able to do that safely.
Yay! That's the good thing about having people to set up stuff in our party.
Yep, you have prepared well.
Yes.
So,
Cool. So,
Rallis returns at some point. The excavators take a coffee break, during which you come out and do some stuff. Can you come out?
yeah. Oh, I dump my rubble in their pile of rubble and then come out.
Yep. How do you wish to?
So, how far do you reckon how far do you reckon I'm getting with my section?
So you've definitely completed the tunnel itself at this point.
Cool.
And yeah, so you've completed the tunnel. You've connected into the chimney to the fireplace.
Cool.
And so you've got you've got at least most of the space, the room to actually excavate still.
Yeah.
So it'll take
That's all good.
take a good few days still to get it all out. But the workers themselves will have a good few days yet before they finish their work.
So what's
Yeah.
this room you're excavating?
So this is a secret room. I'm gonna talk to you in private about this one.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not talking in public for this one. This is a secret room that's basically for our stuff that we don't want anyone to know about, sort of stuff. So when we get the Stone of Law, we can keep it in a room that no one knows about.
The artificers have set up a magic door, magically sealed door at the entrance to it, which is this bit here. So it's interconnected into the brickwork. It is basically invisible. It is really invisible. They've rolled quite well. Swings open silently and opens to a password, which one of you will want to come up with.
Yeah, I think I did come up with one, and I just can't remember. But that was mine to come up with. Because it was. I was working out how to do that silently without anyone knowing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so this bit connects
has
into the
thought-
existing fireplace through the center of the building, and then there'll be this larger room under the foundation of the tower.
Fair enough. Did Gordonian get up to anything in this downtime we just had?
No, I think I would probably just be reading in the library.
Yeah, preparing and
Or
copying
in
down any
the-
spells you've got, stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm not. No, I'll just.
You go mute.
No, wait, sorry. Say what you said again.
We didn't quite.
Would there
If
be
you were
anything you were
still
doing during
speaking-
downtime?
No, just reading, non-magic related stuff.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right. Anything you wish to collectively continue doing, pursuing the investigation, further activities
He
around the
was
plains?
coming back to talk to us about what he had learned.
Yeah.
Yep, has come back to do that.
Yes, I'm back. Yeah, I'll let you guys know. So you would have come out for your break. I'll call out to Gordonian, and then tell you guys what I've just learned.
Yep.
So it's probably about 9 in the morning by this point. Yeah. So basically the gist of it is, the crime organizations don't have anything to do with it, with the grave robbery.
But there is a necromancer. Allegedly, anyway.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I did say there would probably be a necromancer for stuff.
Yeah. It just means they're not normal grave robbers, which is what we thought initially.
Yeah.
I mean, they're robbing the graves. They're just not after valuables. They're after skeletons.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Well,
not normal.
all the stuff is empty.
Do we have any leads we can follow up on it currently?
You have the key, which is, the artificers would be able to notice that it is a very well and very particularly made key. They themselves would have no idea how to track down who made it, but it's the kind of design that would be unique to some specific key maker, locksmith.
Fair enough.
Right, so we should go to a locksmith and track this key down, like track where this key goes.
Before we do that, does this key seem magical in any way?
No. It is a well-made key, one of the various styles of design of key that is found throughout Waterdeep, and it is, again, a fairly well-made one. But no, nothing magical about it.
Okay, just to be extra sure, can you pass me the key, Let's-Heal?
I give it to him.
I'm going to try and use the key on just the front door to the restaurant, I guess.
It doesn't even fit in the keyway.
Okay, alright, fair enough. Yeah.
Sure.
Alright,
So-
well,
Actually,
I guess we can...
roll a d20.
1 second. Yikes, the flat d20s are terrible. An 8.
Yeah, it doesn't even fit in the keyway.
Fair enough. Okay, I guess we can go check out some locksmiths and then see what we can find out about it.
Yeah, I think like we probably because could we figure out who made this specific key?
You wouldn't, but another locksmith probably would.
Okay, let's just go to a locksmith then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
On
are
the
able
way
to
there-
you're able to pretty quickly find a locksmith, quite possibly the one who actually made the locks for your restaurant.
Yeah.
And you can hand it to them to have a look at.
While we're on the way there to that, can I have like a closer look at it? Because I would assume I know my way. So I obviously know my way around locks. So I assume that would lend to being able to see if there's anything strange or unique about the mechanism, like on the key, if it has any like extra hooks or something particularly that would trigger a specific type of lock or something
Yep.
unique.
Roll a... Make an intelligence sleight of hand. Or... You've got proficiency with thieves' tools?
Yes.
Yeah. So it'll be an intelligence check with your thieves' tools.
Is that just an
So intelligence
save?
proficiency.
So yeah, so it's plus. That's d20 plus 3 then.
Plus
So,
whatever
yeah,
your...
that would just be my intelligence modifier plus proficiency.
Yes.
What is with these rolls? That's a natural 1.
What the heck?
Every time I roll a normal d20, it's just terrible.
Do you have proficiency with sleight of hand as well?
Yes.
Then you can have advantage on the roll.
Okay, awesome. Also a natural 1.
There's lots of intricate design work to the way the head of the key is designed. And it's really hard for you to tell whether it's design work or actually whether it would interact with the key mechanism. Looks very fancy. Looks quite well made. But you can't really tell much beyond that.
Cool. What is the locksmith thing?
The locksmith, once you get to them, they take a good look at it, and go back and have a look through their various locks that they have on hand and stuff like locks and keys they have on hand, compare them to different things, and after a minute or so of searching, they do manage to identify the key as being the handiwork of a dwarf locksmith in the trades ward, named Elaspra Ulmar. Okay. Grab that and put it in the chat so you can have it. That's not at all what I tried to copy. Don't crash on me again.
If it's easier, you can post it in Discord.
What are we doing here? There you go. Okay.
Fancy name.
Fancy name. Standard enough dwarf name. You're given directions to that locksmith and their workshop in the trades ward. You then want to continue that way.
So, because I missed the last session, is Urstel still just locked up in the jail dungeons or whatever it is?
Yeah, last you were aware, he was locked up somewhere fairly secure.
So, is as in an area that's not publicly accessible that we couldn't go to?
Correct. He's currently on trial for assault and attempted murder on multiple nobles, as well as kidnapping, imprisonment, whatever you want to throw at them. Yeah, he's
fair enough.
He's fairly securely held somewhere.
Right.
So, from the locksmith, somewhere up in the north ward near where you are, you're given directions down to somewhere much further south, down in the trades ward, where the locksmith is that you're after.
Yes.
Let's go with some color. Yeah, sure, let's go with red. Yeah. So, yeah, make your way down there over the course of an hour or so. Just wind through the misty streets, trying not to run into any oncoming carriages, things like that. When you do make your way to there, you find her shop, and she quite proudly explains that she made the key for a client some time ago who bought one of her excellent locks. Even installed it for him in his place.
Where
but-
would that be?
As a matter of professional courtesy, she is not inclined to divulge the names or locations of her of people who have purchased her locks.
Come on. Surely you can help us out. We found this key just on the ground. We're trying to help us figure out who it belongs to and give it back.
Rallis, can you make a insight check for me?
Insight. Okay, I was going for persuasion, but fair.
No, I'm just going with insight to start with.
That's a 2.
Yep, never mind then.
Ah,
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
That's a bit better.
what is your persuasion? What the-
+7.
Yes.
Double
That's what
proficiency?
Expertise.
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. Really makes a difference. She's very grateful for you having found it and returned it. And she would...
We're not returning it.
Well,
Do we want to return this? This is an active investigation.
Yeah, we're trying to return it to the owners. It's like, I'll tell her, like,
who is
we
investigating?
can't just give it to you. It'll feel like we'll feel like we've left our job unfinished. We want to give this back to the person, like whoever owns it in person, so we can feel as though we've finished this good deed. We don't want to just hand it off to someone else, like as if they're a lackey of some sort.
Let's I will have you make a insight check.
16?
She is particularly curious at your mention of like investigating it, and the way you're saying it is very this is very much your job to be investigating something. You would notice she has some various Harper's paraphernalia around the shop. The Harpers are kind of an official spy network. They do a lot of investigation type stuff.
Harpers are interesting.
Anyway, do with that information what you will.
What do you mean by Harpers?
The Harpers is one
They're
of the
an
guild.
organization.
One of the guilds. One of the guilds in the city. Let me actually find where that is.
They're all over the place. I'm pretty sure they're like chaotic neutral or something as well, though.
Possibly? I don't know
Right.
about that.
Pretty sure
Double
there's
check it.
some type of neutral.
Sorry, just trying to find where it is. Harpers. Any smart, non-evil character can join the Harpers, basically. bards, wizards,
fair.
stuff like that. They're altruists who work behind the scenes to keep power out of the hands of evil tyrants. Things
Ooh.
of that nature.
So
René Nevermember is associated with them. He's not a member of them, but he has some a lot of friends with them. So you would
Right,
definitely be aware
so-
of them.
yes. So this person should really know who they're dealing with. I'm just going to say, are you aware that this key is currently in the investigation of necromancy and was it bone?
Body
Right,
snatching?
what was the other? It was
I think body snatching is the proper term.
body snatching and necromancy.
Great robbery. Yeah. Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Or intimidation if you think that's more appropriate.
Not persuasion it is. 25.
Nice.
What's your persuasion modifier? I suppose you're a charisma
Plus
caster.
6.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a charisma caster and I have proficiency.
Yeah. She is very surprised and shocked by that. Yeah, she's very surprised and shocked by that. Clearly did not know that there was any investigation around that kind of thing going on. 25 persuasion.
What do you give me for that?
She does seem quite inclined to help.
I would be too.
Yes. Well, very well. Again, normally wouldn't divulge the identity of clients. When you're in the security business, it doesn't exactly do well for your reputation to be giving out such information willy-nilly. But if there is official investigation into necromancy in the city, then by all means, I suppose it would be in our best, in the city's best interests for you to be able to follow through with that.
Yes.
I'm not sure that would help.
Do I need to be making a deception roll because is there an official investigation? Like we're officially investigating it.
I feel
yeah, go
like
ahead and make a
it's
deception check,
always
then.
Official.
Good idea.
Yeah, like I'm. That's gonna be a 23.
She absolutely believes you. You haven't explicitly said it, but she believes you to be with the Harpers.
Yes.
And so yes, is inclined to believe you, and goes and opens up her safe, who is behind in the back room, and returns a moment later with a bit of sheet of information, the invoice for that lock. She tells you that she sold the key to a man named Volkar Kibbens, who is located in an old repurposed windmill in the southern ward. The key unlocks the door to his apartment. Yes. So she provides you with the address to that and wishes you luck as you investigate this necromancy and bids you
Yes.
bids you well.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
You've probably just helped save many lives. Thank you for the help.
Thank you for your assistance to the city. Anyway, that will then lead you down further south.
Lol.
Yeah, say around here.
How did that happen?
This one.
It was just good rolling. That's all that was.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
Like, we're not. It's not an official investigation, but it's a. We're trying to help. We're helping with the. I've forgotten his name. The chief investigator who started doing our stuff. We're helping him doing stuff. We should probably go talk to him eventually about all of this
Yeah.
grave robbery and necromancy stuff.
Yeah, once again, I feel like there's always constantly an official investigation into necromancy, even when it's not happening. I think
Yeah.
it's one of those things.
And I feel like we just make most of the investigations happen at this point.
Yeah.
Or at least regarding the events that you've been involved with, yes.
Yes, and that's a lot of offences. So yes, let's go have a look at. Let's go talk to this. Go to this. Oh, do we go to this place and then break in and then get arrested again, or do we go to the police, say that we've mentioned this stuff, and are doing further investigation?
Well, the investigator guy that was helping us, that we were helping, how far away is he? Like, where is he located usually?
He has his office within the castle ward. Also.
Yeah, it's like around here.
Yeah.
And what class are you again, Gordonian? Almost
Wiz-
called you Bob Harron again.
Wizard.
You're a wizard.
Yes, so this is a wizard, a sorcerer, and a weird rogue. But it's the whole fact of, are we going to be breaking into this other guy's house?
I mean,
And
you have the
is
key.
that going to be... Yes, we have the key. This is true. We're not breaking in, we're unlocking something that we have the key to.
Are there like messenger boys or people like just around that you can actually pay to deliver messages and things? I feel like that'd be a service in the city.
Yeah,
right?
not too hard to find someone to do that.
Okay, I'll give him a gold coin and ask him to go to this inspector and let him know we've got a lead on some necromancy incident, and tell him the address and everything, blah blah blah, and
Yep.
have him go deliver that, and then from there we can just head down, and then hopefully he'll come to us.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that would...
It'll take some amount of time for that message to get to him, and for him to then come be able to free himself from whatever other duties he's got, and then come down and
Yeah, that's fine.
investigate that. So it might
I
be as much
reckon
as
for the moment
2-3 hours before he's able to get there.
How long is it going to take for us to get to this place we're going
Well,
to?
look, it's this place right here, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is where we were.
Yeah, so what's that, like half an hour?
20 minutes? Half an hour?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, alright. Well, if we walk down there and take that half hour then, we can knock on the door and try and see if there's anyone actually there that'll let us in so we can talk at first. And if we don't get anything like that, we'll try and do that and wait around for like another half hour. And if it's not working by then, we can just open and go in.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy with that plan.
Thoughts, Gordonian?
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Alright, awesome. Well, let's go do that then.
Alright. So, making your way to that old windmill. Let me get up my descriptions. Dun. Okay. So, big old two-story windmill. This crumbling two-story stone building was clearly a windmill, and very much looks to be that it was built long before the city rose up around it.
Yeah.
The walls are covered with graffiti, and even from the outside you can tell that there's large amounts of garbage and detritus around the place. The lead-framed windows don't have any glass in any of them, and you can't see any sources of light coming from within.
We'll still do the courteous thing and knock. Where is the front door?
That is an excellent question.
Hmm.
Also, this is not rendering properly. Sorry, just Nope, there you go. Sorry, it took a while for the ground floor image to render properly on my side.
Right.
So there are, I think, a few doors. No, those are all windows. Yeah, there are a few doors. Let me find the proper map. There you are. So
Are the flat ones the doors?
yeah, so there are 3 doors that you can see from that side.
Yeah.
3 doors you can see from that side. Where do you wish to go?
Gordonia, Rallis, which one would you like to knock on? Rallis?
Sorry, I forgot I was on push to talk. Yeah, no idea. Up to you.
Cool. I'm gonna knock on this door.
Okay.
I'd be an idea if I use detect thoughts just to see if anyone's inside.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you want to do that. If you do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do it.
So you can sense the presence of quite a few people within the area. Yeah, as many as half a dozen in each of the rooms, as far as you could tell.
Can I read the surface thoughts of the one closest to me?
Nothing staggering. Make a insight check. Help if I was on the
23.
23. Seems they are fairly very much poor people who are squatting in this building. They have no legal ownership over it. They don't pay to be here. They're just making their house here, trying to survive. Grumbling about the rain coming in through the windows, stuff like that.
I'm still gonna knock on the door.
Yeah, you knock. They do open it. Yeah, that doesn't actually go through. Good to know. Yep, so they open that door. There is 5 squatters who have made as much of a dwelling for themselves as they can in the space.
I'm just going to ask these guys, are they okay? Like, I can tell that they're squatters from the fact
Yeah.
that it look.
They're cold, they're hungry, they are not looking for trouble.
I'll reassure them that we're not here to cause trouble.
Then what are you here for?
To see if you know who the previous occupier of the building is.
Not at all. I don't think anyone would do. This building is old and abandoned, and most of the people here couldn't care less who the previous occupants are.
Fair enough.
The only proper inhabitants of the place would be the couple guys who live upstairs.
How do we get to them?
Actually, make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Actually, with the take
18?
18. Yeah. Also,
18.
with detect thoughts up, part of their thoughts is, what am I going to get out of this?
Is there any like actual light sources in this room at all, or are they just
No.
like living in the dark when it gets like night?
It's just dark when it gets night. It's too expensive to
Okay, well,
have light sources.
I'll chuck them 3 torches and say, here, these should help out. Use them sparingly.
I will also mention that they can all, at any particular time of their choice, come for a free meal at our restaurant.
How far away is that?
It's a while, but it's a free meal. And if you don't want to lose your spot, don't all come at once.
Totally. They are appreciative.
Just say that Lexia sent you.
I'll pass the word around. Anyway, it points you to the other door. This one over here, as being the quickest way. Go up the stairs. Yeah, top of the stairs. It's the furthest door.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to walk over to the other door. Does this door have a keyhole on it? Or is it just...
It might once have had a keyhole.
Cool. It's not there, so
Definitely
this
not.
door is unlocked.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm just going to open it.
Yep.
I'm not even bothering with knocking at this point. And yeah, I'm walking in.
Depending on how far you care to investigate the area.
The other guys might investigate the other areas. But I'm not here to cause trouble for the people living here.
There's a couple more doors.
Probably checking this door would be a good idea.
So the direction you
I
were
want
given,
it
by the
coming
way,
out.
was up the stairs
Was up
and then
this
the
way.
furthest door.
Yeah. Yes.
Gordonian, can you sense anyone in these rooms around us?
He could do. Yes, there are a bunch of people in each of the rooms. all much the same kind of people.
Okay. Well, I don't want to disturb people that don't need to be disturbed. So I think we just head up the stairs and get what we came here to do.
While you do that, I'm going to try and be stealthy and check out what's behind this door here.
Hang on a second. Which door? That door.
This one here, yeah.
So as you open that door and peer inside, I want you to have that tool. You do see a bunch more people in this space. Fairly solid stone column, still rising from the center of the space.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll
Couple of
just
broken
I'll just
windows,
lean in
nothing
and say,
special.
sorry to disturb you guys, and I'll chuck them some torches and a gold coin and say, I hope this helps.
Thank you. Whoever you are.
You're becoming Miss.
And
You're
then I'll
becoming
go
Mr.
upstairs
Beast.
to the others.
Yeah, it's just like we are some weird people who have expensive clothing and look powerful. We're just entering into this area with squatters.
Well, my instinct was that if the people upstairs are like an enemy or something, that downstairs section right below the top of the tower is probably going to be some area that they can easily escape to from above.
Yes.
And so if there's something in there, it'd be best to have someone waiting down there for them in case they try to get out of there.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, it's
Good on you.
squatters.
We've just brought our tokens up to the other side. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I'm guessing. Is there like a door in front of us, or is this?
No, there isn't. I was just being a little cautious.
No, you're fine.
There you go. So that's the space you come up into.
Oh, there's the
Um,
blind wheel.
Yeah,
The description.
and it's furthest door, so.
So an ancient millstone lies under a jumble of debris that includes whatever machinery it was that was in the roof that connected the old windmill, which the windmill's sails have long since fallen away.
Yeah.
So the southmost door is fitted with a shiny new lock that looks in no way like it fits with the rest of this place. The rest of the place is very dark and dingy and hasn't been cared for at all for generations. And this is a nice shiny new lock. So how do you wish to proceed?
I reckon we knock on the door of the shiny lock.
Or do we check the other doors? Because surely
We can do that.
the shiny lock is going to be the key to this man.
Yeah, let's check these side doors. I'll open the one closest to me.
Open this one a bit. Oh, I will ajar the one next to me and see if it's unlocked.
That one, sorry, this one there. Yep.
Yep.
That
Yep.
area. It is unlocked. None of the doors really even have the capacity to have a lock except for the shiny new one.
Yeah.
Anyway, large sections of the roof in here look to have collapsed. I suppose I should actually show you what the place looks like, shouldn't I? There. Large sections of the roof have collapsed, leaving holes through which birds and precipitation, that's the word, segmented across two lines makes it a bit weirder. Anyway, birds and rain come in and out through the holes in the roof. The floor is littered with broken shingles, bird droppings, wrecked furnishings, and other useless detritus. Lots and lots of pigeons roost in the mouldy rafters above.
Yeah.
What's behind this one?
Behind this door. This door. There it is. You can certainly open that door. That one is what I think it is. Yeah. Let me find the description of it. Nope. It's a fairly empty room. Nothing much at all sitting on the floor of it at all. Bits of detritus and stuff that have fallen down, but a thick layer of dust. It doesn't seem that this room has been made use of at all for some time.
Is this another? Hold on one second. Why is that?
And there is
door in
another
there?
door through the other way.
Okay. I will enter and head towards that door, and I will make my.
As you do,
but I'll hold.
hang on, let me just check the thing. Yeah. As you put your weight onto the floor, it quite quickly crumbles away and collapses under you. Dropping you down to there.
Into
Yes,
the space
well
we hadn't searched.
Correct.
Cool. Are you okay?
No idea.
Probably no. Let me find the... Oh, stop using that one. That one. Yeah. Drop down in a pile of rubble and quite a clatter as you come down. Yeah, you're falling 20 feet down to the area below. Make a dexterity saving throw, if you please.
I don't know why I'm not proficient, but oh well. 16.
16. Okay. You managed to get out of the way of any of the falling debris, or most of the falling debris. Still falling 20 feet. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage, all told. Falling down quite a way and a decent bit of rubble falling on top of you as you do. Take quite a hit from that.
Fair enough. Okay, well, I'll just open this door and say apologies. Had a bit of an accident upstairs and just head back upstairs.
They are confused and again with detect thoughts up if you've still got that. What? Why? Oh, right. That. There's a reason we haven't done anything with that room ever. It's about time that thing fell down.
Fair enough.
Well, it was us.
Well, better him than
Well,
us.
let's open this locked door.
Yes. I will get the key. I'm not even going to knock. I'm just going to unlock it and open it.
I'll summon my rapier and just hold it in like a low stance. Like I'm not visually visibly threatening with it. I'm just kind of holding it down.
You're definitely ready.
Okay.
Okay.
We're basically getting ready for a fight.
Clearly. So you do reveal that area. It is a by far the cleanest and best kept area of the whole place, as far as you've seen so far. A neatly done bed in one side of the room with a table beside it, and a solid wardrobe sitting on the other wall. Glass in the windows too, I think, in this one.
Then we
Yeah,
know.
wood-framed king-size bed with a clean mattress. The window also looks to have been recently repaired.
Hi, fellas.
Yes, two men. Seem to have been hiding out in this apartment. Couple of shovels sitting nearby as well that they reach for as the door opens. Who are you? What do you want? They also notice you holding the key. How did you get that?
I found it in my family's grave.
Roll a deception check.
Yep.
Is that really
Yes.
deception? I mean, 90% of the sentence he just said is true.
Yeah, but it's not
fine.
his family.
Yeah, but that's like one word.
22.
And it's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
You're persuading them of what is ultimately a lie.
Yes.
One of them claps the other over the back of the head. Why'd you drop the key, you idiot?
Yes. I just wanted to ask a few questions. Like, it's all I've really come to do.
What questions?
Did you guys find a rat in that tomb?
I mean, you can clearly see from their face. Yes. What's more?
Is he holding any? What is he holding? Anything?
Yeah, they're holding shovels.
No. Was the rat holding?
Oh,
it?
was the
I'm
rat
asking
holding it?
them. Was the rat holding?
Actually, what's your intimidation modifier? All of you, actually.
+4.
Wait, for all of us?
Yeah, just curious.
1 second.
+2.
+5.
Yeah, okay.
So 5,
Yeah.
4, and 2.
You're a
Have
sufficiently
some
intimidating
scary
bunch.
people.
Yeah, you're clearly a sufficiently intimidating bunch that's just, and also detect thoughts would help you realize that, we don't want to die, we don't want to die, they can clearly kill us very quickly if they wanted to. Tell them what they want to know.
Yes.
Through various bits of blabbering and please don't kill us kind of thing, they were hired by a halfling necromancer. They have absolutely no loyalty to the guy. Frankly, the pay wasn't even all that good. Pay definitely isn't enough for their lives. Yeah.
We're very good at taking lives.
Yeah. So it's Loza Mikla. I hate all these weird names.
Where can we find him?
That they definitely tell you. He and his two, so he being halfling, and his two human apprentices live in a cellar complex under the trades ward. They point you to the place where it is. It's accessed through a powdered wig shop, somewhere in the trades ward. Dandy mops. He hired them to, well, frankly, break into mausoleums for him, with him, and take bones. He's apparently making a skeleton army. Why? I don't know. It's
Yes.
we figured the city guard is probably good enough to deal with a couple skeletons, so really don't know why he's bothering with the effort. But hey,
Can you describe the halfling?
he's a halfling and he looks like a necromancer.
Yeah, so he's wearing like purple and black.
Sense.
Yeah, dark robes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the typical necromancer. Also, is there anyone else in this, like, up here? Like, in that other room there?
No,
Yeah, I was
it's
about to ask that.
rubble.
Is there anything in this room?
It's just rubble?
Rubble and pigeons.
Okay.
You can open it
Did you
and
say
look, it's rubble and
pigeons?
pigeons.
Pigeons.
Oh, pigeon.
Because these guys have been so nice and I don't want to kill them because of that, I'm just going to let them know that they should probably, like, get out of town for a bit.
Sounds
I
good.
will give them the keys. Give them the key to this room. Like, I don't need that anymore.
Thank you.
And the guy who dropped it, I'll also smack over the head.
He
Don't smack him.
sits down on
Just,
the
like,
bed and just
Give him a forceful tap
just
on
like
the head with the key.
Yeah, I'm giving him some friendly advice.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
nudge you to like tell them to come to the restaurant if they need help or whatever.
Yeah. Like, we have a restaurant. If you need help, come to us. We're happy. As long as you guys don't do business with that necromancer, again, just feel free to come and talk to us. We're happy, or just get out of town for a while if you need to.
And then I'll let them know you're both amateurs at this stuff. You really need some more practice.
Yeah, we have a lot of practice.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the advice. Anyway, on the note of the rat, yes, it did have a, so it did come in. It was seen. Loza, the necromancer, saw it, killed it, vanished into smoke, and was carrying a stone, which the necromancer is fairly sure was magical, and so he took it with him.
Thank you.
They are
That rat.
very grateful for your
That
generosity and mercy in not killing them or taking them into prison.
Yeah, well, they're just hired mercenaries. They're basically what we are, but we actually have friends in high places.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yes, kind of. And like, they're not hurting anyone. They're not the main causes of people being hurt. By the way, if you wanted to know, that rat is not dead. He's just in a pocket dimension somewhere.
Yeah, well, magic is definitely above our pay grade.
Yeah, I can see that.
How
I-
educated are they?
They probably have similar intelligence to me.
Yeah, they're not the brightest fellows. They're commoners. They're not particularly idiots at all, but they're not the brightest. They definitely don't
I'll
have
show
any
them
kind
a
of magical
magic
training.
trick.
What
I'll show
magic
them a
trick?
magic trick and make my sword disappear into its pocket dimension.
Yeah.
They seem no less intimidated of you than they were before.
Let's just leave these guys. They're okay. We'll let them know where our restaurant is. Just they need to just take a break and just stop. Go there. We have friends who will be there.
Can I cast alarm as a ritual onto the entrance only for halflings?
Of this place.
Yeah.
I believe it has a limit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has a limit of how far away you can be before it stops working.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna go to this place where they told us and kill the halfling and all the skeletons, and we'll probably get the police guy to meet us there.
Yeah.
Yeah, how long have we been here at this windmill for now?
Um,
Not long.
as long as you want to have been.
I could do
Like 10 minutes,
an
maybe.
audible alarm.
Yeah.
Again,
I
I
don't-
think the spell fails if you go too far away.
No, that's only for mental alarms. An audible alarm will just create the sound of a handbell for 10 seconds.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, so it does. Yeah, okay. So it just lasts for 8 hours. If you've got the spell, go for it.
I want these two guys to get out of here before any like cops show up.
They quite gladly do so. They pack some of their things, grab a couple of crossbows out of the wardrobe, and make themselves scarce.
Wait. So
See you around.
you've got to be within a mile of the alarm for it to set up to alert you.
I think that's
to alert him
for
mentally.
mental.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
but if
it's just a
you're
straight 8
going
hour
in a
duration
distance,
that
it
will
would
make an
have to be
audible
mental.
thing near it.
I did it more so that they could hear it and maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get going. There's not much left for us here.
No, we should. Should we mention, like, I don't really want to go into a necromancer den with a bunch of skeletons with the three of us.
And it's time to
Why not?
wrap up anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So I reckon we head out and probably meet up with the cops and just tell them what's going on, roughly. It's just like, we found out about this place. This is where the necromancy his hideout is, and he's building like a skeleton army or something like that.
Yep.
And then we'll end it there. And
Yeah, well, how about we just head back to the restaurant and then on the way, pay another messenger to just send a message to the inspector and just say, meet us at the restaurant instead. The situation has developed.
yeah, let's do that.
Easy enough. You head out through the rain, make your way back up north to your restaurant. You've walked a good long way the last couple of days.
Yep.
Let me see, Walker.
And with that, then,
You'll try
We
on the
will
menu.
continue tomorrow. Or continue next fortnight.
2 weeks. Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully with more people.
Hopefully with more people.
I don't want to fight a necromancer with the three of us. Not that we
Yes.
couldn't do it.
Go back
but-
and regroup with your other party members at the restaurant.
Yes.
And we will cover it all tomorrow. Well, I say tomorrow. Next time.
Yes.
Awesome, sounds good.
I thought we're just like, we're nice mercenaries.
I mean, you're self-employed.
Yes. But we also let like the actual cops know what's going on.
Yes,
Was-
trying to keep everything
yes.
above board.
Yes, that's the only part of that. It's like, I don't want to be showing that. Like, I don't want something like the last thing that happened. Like, where we break in to fight a bad thing and then get arrested for it.
Even though we technically had proof, but oh well.
Yeah, I know. But it's the whole thing of, if we send a message to this person before we do it, but he gets the message after it's done, at least he understands what we're doing and we're doing it for them. Even though he mightn't condone what we're doing. Because we don't run by the law of the police. We run as close to the law as we can.
To some degree.
Yeah. But it's still, we're still trying to save our town. A bit, so.
Well,
Yeah.
We'll see how this progresses next time.
Yes. Thank you, Tim, for the great session.
Yep, thanks.
With pleasure. Had some fun.
Thank you.